You'd be hard pressed to find someone who hasn't encountered or faced these two names, Coca-Cola and Pepsi. For decades, these two brands have operated in a classic duopoly, Coke being the undisputed king and Pepsi trying to relentlessly challenge them. And let's be honest, some of Pepsi's ad campaigns, let's just say they have been bold. Though Coca-Cola has had its weird ad campaigns as well, but that's a deep dive for another day. Comment down below if you'd like to see another weird ad campaign special. After ruling for decades, the world is changing, and the age of soda duopoly might just be over. What we are witnessing right now is a seismic shift. Gen Z consumers are increasingly health conscious, turning away from those sugary giants, and more importantly, new contenders stepping into the ring. Just look what happened in the US last June. Dr. Pepper dethroned Pepsi, seizing the number 2 spot, marking a huge tectonic shift in the American market. But today, we are not focusing on Dr. Pepper. We are headed to India to explore a brand that's causing a major stir. A brand that was resurrected in 2020 by a retail powerhouse, acquired for what only we can describe as a steal. They have breathed a new life into it, and it's rapidly gaining traction and shelf space alike. And the brand that is shaking up Indian beverage industry is Campa Cola. For those who are unfamiliar, this isn't a new kid on the block. It's a nostalgic throwback, a piece of India's post-independence history. And to understand that, let's rewind to 1970s. Campa Cola emerged as a direct result of Indian government policies that forced Coca-Cola to exit the country. And it took no time becoming the homegrown cola, becoming a symbol of Indian self-reliance. For years, it was synonymous with celebrations, refreshments. Think of it as an India's original cola experience. It was everywhere, from roadside stalls to family gatherings. However, in the 1990s, with the liberalization of Indian economy, the global giants returned. Coca-Cola and Pepsi, with their massive marketing budgets and established global brands, swiftly overshadowed Campa Cola. The brand faded, becoming a bittersweet memory for many. But now, with Reliance financial muscle and 17,000 retail stores, it was destined to become a serious contender in Indian beverage market. But the journey isn't going to be simple. While Campa Cola's resurgence is capturing attention, it faces a formidable challenge: the dominance of Coca-Cola and Pepsi. These moguls have invested decades in building distribution networks and forging strong relationships with retailers, especially countless number of small shop owners that form the backbone of Indian retail economy. One of the most significant hurdles Campa Cola faces is the prevalence of branded refrigerators. You can walk into any nearby small shop or a kirana store, and you'll likely see refrigerators prominently displaying the logos of Coca-Cola or Pepsi. These refrigerators aren't just for show, they are strategic assets. Often Coca-Cola or Pepsi provide these refrigerators to shop owners at discounted rates or sometimes at free for exclusive or near exclusive placement for their products. This creates a significant barrier for Campa Cola, as shop owners are reliant on these refrigerators to display their beverages and keep them chilled. This can make shopkeepers hesitant to risk their relationship with Coca-Cola and Pepsi by stocking a competitor. And in some cases, even if they are interested in offering Campa Cola, they may simply lack the space or willingness to jeopardize their existing arrangements. But it's not just about getting the shelf space. Campa Cola needs a prolonged approach. Firstly, pricing. We can see that Campa Cola has already entered the market with aggressive pricing, but aggressive pricing isn't sustainable, as aggressive pricing cuts into the profits of the company. And we can also see that Coca-Cola and Pepsi have started matching the prices with Campa Cola in order to kill the competition. The key question now is, can Campa Cola build a brand that resonates so strongly with the consumers that they choose it over the familiar giants, even at the same price? It's a fascinating dynamic, and the outcome will depend on Reliance's ability to execute a multi-phased strategy. And let's be blunt, when prices are equal, taste becomes the ultimate arbiter. While nostalgia and made in India sentiments are powerful, they won't sustain a brand if the product doesn't deliver. The reality is, Coca-Cola and Pepsi have spent decades perfecting their formulas, owning their taste profiles, to appeal the broader customer base. Many consumers, particularly those who have grown up on these brands, have a deeply ingrained preference for their familiar flavors. They may perceive Coca-Cola and Pepsi as having a superior taste. Even I went ahead to the market today trying to find Campa Cola and Coca-Cola. But the thing is, I wasn't able to find Campa Cola at many shops. Campa Cola faces a significant hurdle. They must not only match the prices of the giants and distribution as well, but also to convince the customers that their product offers a comparable or even better superior or tasting experience. This is a tall order, especially when competing against established brands with well-defined flavor profiles. As I told earlier, I went to the market trying to find Campa Cola, but I wasn't able to find any. Therefore, I ordered it from Swiggy Instamart, and when I tasted it, I didn't really like it when I compared to Coca-Cola and Pepsi. While I understand taste is a personal preference, but I still believe Reliance needs to heavily invest in product development and quality control, ensuring that Campa Cola delivers a consistent and appealing taste. They also need to engage in targeted taste study and consumer research to understand how their product is perceived and identify the areas for improvement. The challenge is not just replicating a classical flavor, but also creating a modern, compelling taste experience that can compete with global giants. If taste isn't there, the nostalgia and pricing won't be enough. It is a complex puzzle. Reliance with Campa Cola is now in a multifaceted battles, and to contend, it needs to come up with multiple strategies. They need to maintain a competitive price point, build a strong brand, establish a robust distribution network, and diversify their product offerings. The battle of Indian beverage market is not just a battle of taste and nostalgia. It's a battle of comprehensive strategies. The pressure is on. Can Campa Cola execute a winning strategy? Will they be able to counter the powerful players of the game? The Indian beverage market is heating up and the stakes are higher than ever.